Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan return for Freakier Friday. But is this legacy sequel worth your time? Let's find out. 2 decades after an identity crisis, Anna's blended family faces new challenges. Tess and Anna discover their past may be repeating with the next generation. I wasn't the biggest fan of Freaky Friday growing up. I do remember watching it as a kid, but it wasn't one that I had on repeat. I had the VHS, but it wasn't one that I wanted to revisit all the time. It's a good film. I do like it. And I'm going to say, I think Freakier Friday is a better film. Like I said, Freaky Friday is a good movie, but there was so much I really enjoyed about Freakier Friday. This is how you do a legacy sequel in the right way. Involvement from the original cast. And Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan aren't just minor characters in this film. They have so much to do. And it takes the blueprint of that original film, the structure of it, and does it again, but expands on it. Anna is engaged. She swaps bodies with her daughter, and Anna's fiance's daughter swaps bodies with Jamie Lee Curtis. Both these teenagers absolutely hate each other. In the beginning of the film, we understand that foundation that these two characters don't want their parents to be married because Lindsay Lohan's character might move out to London. They are arguing constantly, getting in trouble at school. But when they swap bodies with Tess and Anna, you still feel like they are teenagers and bickering nonstop, but they have this plan to separate their parents. What I loved about Freaky Friday and now Freakier Friday is that these characters feel very different. In the beginning of the film, Harper, played by Julia Butters, is mean. She is mean to her soon-to-be stepsister, and they're constantly back and forth arguing. But when she swaps bodies with Anna, she's completely different. And I find it so fun to watch Tess act like a teenager and the kids acting like adults. You understand how they're going to eventually be swapped back into their original bodies. They have to overcome their differences and get along and be connected. Like, there's no shying away from all of that, but it's the journey to get to the end of the film, which I found to be very heartwarming. Seeing these characters that come from different backgrounds and are constantly arguing with each other, trying to find that common ground, is a journey that I was on board with. It was fun to see Anna and Tess connect once again in this film. Tess is really involved in Anna's life, and that adds for a deeper connection between these two characters. But I found it to be way more funnier than that original film. Like, that original film had a lot of comedy in it, but the jokes landed. Like, I was constantly laughing within this film. There's a lot of well-written jokes within this film, and all the characters have really good chemistry. Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis easily step back into this role, and it's easy for them to act like a different person. It's easy for Lindsay Lohan to act like a teenager, and the same for Jamie Lee Curtis. But you can honestly tell that the whole cast, the new cast as well, has a blast filming this film. And it just adds to the overall atmosphere that it is fun, but there is going to be some dramatic moments, especially when you look at what these kids have gone through and why they're so hesitant on having their parents be married and uprooting their lives and what they have gone through in the past. That adds for an emotional level of the film that did work in Freaky Friday, and now we're repeating it a second time, but just feels earned. Now, this movie does rely heavily on nostalgia. A lot of the minor characters like Chad Michael Murray do appear in this film. At times it feels like it's very reliant on that, and it's not needed as much, and you could just tell it's for like, hey, that character was in that movie, and that is about it, and doesn't do much for the film. It is unfortunately one of those movies that does rely heavily on the cast and the structure of that original film. But I like the characters. I like their journey and watching them learn about each other's lives and feel connected and wanting to be part of this blended family. It feels realistic when you look at a blended family and what blended families go through and how changes can be hard. It tackles that all in a very realistic manner, despite all the body swapping going on within this film. But it's funny. It's got a lot of jokes, likable characters, a good story behind it. It is a legacy sequel done right that does feel like it is relying so much on the nostalgia aspect to it all. But the characters just jump back easily into this film, and I had a blast with it. I found myself way more entertained than that first Freaky Friday film. Like I said, it's a good movie. It unfortunately isn't one that I have a deep connection to. I can understand why people absolutely love it, but this one I just got more out of it, more story. Maybe it's because there's more characters and each character has to overcome something or realize something about themselves, but the comedy was definitely there, and they just seemed like they had a good time overall filming this movie. If you enjoyed Freaky Friday from like over 2 decades ago, I do recommend checking out Freakier Friday. It is worth your time. I'm gonna go ahead and give Freakier Friday a B+. Thank you guys for checking my review for Freakier Friday, the new body swapping film. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, too.